Both Elizabeth and Guido were born in the Upper Peninsula, Guido in Bessemer, and my aunt in Hancock. And my aunt and family, which would be my father and grandmother, and my aunt's father moved to California when my aunt was 7, my dad was 3, and shortly after their moving to California, my grandfather passed away at a very young age, so they moved back to the area in Calumet and resided in Calumet until my aunt's graduation from high school. She went on to Northern Michigan University, where she received a bachelor's degree in education, and then received a scholarship. And at that time, there was only one scholarship offered at each of the state universities, and she received that scholarship and went to the University of Michigan and received her master's degree. No. And Guido, being raised in Bessemer and being from a good Italian family, attended the University of Michigan, the School of Architecture, and received his bachelor's degree there, and then went on to work at various firms in Battle Creek, the Battle Creek area, had started his own firm, and then, of course, was served in World War II in Burma, in building the Burma Road. And when he returned from the service after World War II, continued on with his own firm, and it grew from there. And he specialized in schools, both elementary schools and high schools. And that's how they met. My aunt was at that time a consultant for the Battle Creek school system in elementary education, and Guido was designing a school in Battle Creek, and they met, and they were actually a match that no one else, I don't think, could have put together, but they complemented each other. There was never, in our home growing up with my grandmother, and I know with Guido's family, there was never any discussion of poverty. It was always what they had, not what they didn't have. And you would never hear them ever mention anything about going without is what they actually had going forward. And not having any children of their own, and Guido and Elizabeth both were very interested in education and had done a lot privately with scholarships, and every high school that Guido built, he left a scholarship to a graduating senior. And they were always interested in, I think, giving back. And they did so much privately with no fanfare, didn't look for recognition. And I think the idea of forming a foundation and being able to expand and learn more about how they could contribute was very important to them. The foundation, it's not strictly just education. They were always very interested in the arts. They traveled the world over and over. My aunt was Elizabeth was an avid reader, and Guido supported her in everything that she expressed an interest in pursuing. And fortunately, he had the means to do that. And but in the arts, they were and followers of the opera, and both served on numerous committees throughout the state and in the city. One of the things that both Guido and Elizabeth felt was the secret to the foundation was the continuity that the trustees had. It's always been a small board, and the atmosphere amongst board members is just wonderful. Everyone feels free to express themselves, and being a small foundation and with such a close-knit board, we can do things much quicker than some larger foundations. And Elizabeth always said that the secret to the foundation was the board, not any one individual, but the board. And she always instilled in board members that we needed to keep that continuity amongst. She didn't want to see people added just to add a member.